In this video, we're going to show you how to install the ignition switch on your Ford F-150 located on the left-hand side of the steering column. Now on the driver's side here, I want to go ahead and start by tilting down the steering wheel. Now, right in front of the gauge cluster itself, there's going to be a panel that's just up above the steering column. What you want to do is go ahead and lift up on both sides. You can use a thin flathead screwdriver or a trim tool to get inside and pop this up. You're going to find a seam right here. Lift up and do the same on the other side. Now at this point here, what we're going to do is we're going to put our key into the ignition, turn it to the on position, and simply going to turn our wheel to the side like so. We're going to use our thin screwdriver here and we want to go in and we want to separate the upper cover from the lower cover. Pop that up. We're going to repeat this on the other side. So what you want to do is go ahead and crank that steering wheel the other way and release the other side. You lift that whole component right up and out. Now we're going to go ahead and straighten out our wheel, raise it up, and lock it back in place. Now we're going to transition to the bottom portion of the steering column. There's going to be 3 screws. There's one here, here, and here. We're going to use a 7/32 socket with our stubby ratchet to go ahead, loosen, and remove. All right, so we are going to undo or turn our ignition key back and pull that out. Going to take this cover and work that out. Now that we have the cover off, the ignition switch is actually right here. Now there's a little push tab right here. You want to push in on that, and we want to disconnect the connector on the back side of it. Now if I use my pocket screwdriver here, you can push in on that. And I'm actually going to use another screwdriver here to help me push that connector out the back side. There it is. Now in order to remove this unit, there are 2 little spring clips. There's going to be one on the top, and then there's going to be one on the bottom located right here. So I have a flathead screwdriver. If I push up and in, I should be able to go ahead and grab this and pull out the bottom half. Now if you follow the stock down, right here is that upper clip. Now we already released the bottom one, so I'm going to use my screwdriver here, come on in, and I'm going to gently pull out on this unit because I already have the bottom unclipped. So now that we have both of our clips released, we go ahead and just slide this out and pull it out towards you. On the bottom we have our original component. On the top is a replacement. And if you notice, the center shaft area here is not keyed properly. It needs to be straight up and down. I'm just going to use a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to put it in here and I'm going to gently turn it. And you're going to feel it click and lock into place. You can see it matches. Let's now go ahead and install the new switch. Going to line that up. Push it in. You're going to hear it and feel it lock into place. Grab your electrical connector, line that up, push it in. I have a finger on the bottom and one on the top. You can hear it and feel it lock into place. Let's go ahead and position our lower cover. Backing up. Go ahead and install the 3 screws in the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and put it onto the extension and socket. Feed that up and in. I like to go ahead and get all 3 of these started by hand first. Then we'll come on back and use our ratchet to snug them down. Now when that bottom's out, just give it a little bit more. You just want it to be snug. Go ahead and feed our cover down into position. Make sure we get our boot in position here. You do have to make sure that this rubber boot on the gear selector is lined up, because if it's not, the cover is not going to fit on properly. There we go. And we have that together there. Our boot is on. And then we just have to line up the upper cover, snap that in. Adjust your steering wheel. And you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.